Whoa, they're on now.
We're good.
We're good, Trish.
Motion to excuse Councilmember Kramer.
Support.
Mararo Menegini?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes. Approval of the agenda?
Motion we approve the agenda.
Support.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of August 26, 2024.
Motion we approve the regular minutes of the meeting of August 26, 2024.
Support.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Approval of manifest 2024-17. Scott, did you have any questions?
I have nothing for tonight.
Jeff?
None, Madam Mayor.
Rico?
No questions.
I have none either. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve manifest 2024-17 in the amount of $299,540.49.
Support.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Anyone in attendance wishing to address the council on any item of interest shall do so now at the podium. State your name and address for the record. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person. Anyone in attendance wishing to address the council on agenda items only shall do so now at the podium. State your name and address for the record. We have none. We'll move on to action items. Action number 1, Late Summer Classic Youth Baseball Fundraiser. Did everybody get a chance to look at this?
I did.
Yep.
Yes.
Do I have any questions on it?
I do not.
I just, being married to someone a voting member of the Norway Diamonds Boosters, it was nice to see how this is the first time that something like this has kind of happened, where a different organization, hey, wants to come in and how they worked everything out about, how to rent out the concession stands, the usage of the facility, don't quote me, but a field rental rate. I'm not sure about that part of it, but, just all the materials and supplies that the Diamond Boosters are providing, making sure that it's done in a trackable manner and fashion to know where all revenues and expenses are coming from, so that the taxpayers of Norway can be adequately kept up to date on where all these resources are going. So I thought it was nice how they ironed everything out in a relatively short period of time.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to recommend the approval of the fundraiser softball tournament special event as presented.
Support.
Mr. Menegini?
Yes.
Mr. Mararo?
Yes.
Mr. Pop?
Yes.
Mrs. Brew?
Yes, we have no discussion items. Oh,
Yeah, we got one
forgot
more.
I got item number 2, which I want to forget, but I can't. Council member letter of resignation with deep regrets from our council, Scott Pop.
I would like to thank everybody, and hopefully you accept my letter. Thank everybody for the years bringing me on board, putting up with me. It's tough to continue this position. This position is needed with a lot of time and commitment. In the last couple of months to a year, I haven't been able to with with family and everything else that I'm involved with. So as of now, I'd like to step down and get somebody else in here with some fresh ideas that can motivate things for the city.
Thanks for your service, bud. Enjoyed working with you the last 5 years.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. When Trish contacted me last week and she said, we were discussing how long it was, and it's been 9 years. I never realized it was 9 years. It went by pretty fast, really fast. And I just don't, with changing job professions and coaching football for the high school. That's a big commitment. That's a passion that I love, that I'm gonna stick with. And, family members that, they're just gotta take care of. It's tough to continue.
Yep. Scott, you were one of the reasons why I got involved with this.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say thank you for that and completely understand.
And thank you for coming
Yeah.
aboard.
What can I say? We've been together for 9 years.
9.
It's been a pleasure, Scott. You've been great to work with. I'm gonna miss you. You put a lot of time and effort into everything that you did. Any votes that you had, you researched it, and if you didn't understand something, you were never afraid to call. I wouldn't tell you how to vote, of course, but you would ask me to explain it to you. It's just been a pleasure. You're not only a council member, you're one of my best friends.
A really good friendship come out of it.
Yeah. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to accept Scott's resignation letter?
With regret, I motion to accept Councilmember Pop's resignation letter.
Oh, don't second it. It fails.
You're allowed to second stuff. You're allowed to second stuff? I'll do it. I second that.
Thank you.
Mr. Marraro,
Once again, with regret, yes.
Mr. Pop,
Yes.
Mrs. Brew.
No. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Minigini.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. And, we have a good council here, so whoever's going to fill the seat, I have confidence that you guys will be able to help them out and just kind of show them the way.
We'll move on to mayor council comments. Scott?
Once again, I would just like to thank the community for believing in me and putting me in this position, allowing me to be in this position. It's been one heck of a ride. That's all.
Jeff?
Nothing tonight, Madam Mayor.
Rico?
I thought just want to say thanks to all the people involved in putting on the Dickinson County Fair. Record numbers, I believe, for Saturday, if not for the whole event, but definitely for Saturday.
Sunday too, I think.
Oh, so it was something, maybe I'm thinking, oh yeah, because it's a long weekend, maybe I'm thinking Sunday. But absolutely great job. I'd like to see all the improvements that have happened out there. I would assume through some of the funds that were provided through the COVID relief and all that. Great use of those funds, if in fact that's where they came from, but it was great. Families enjoyed it. It was a relatively, distraction-free weekend when it came to, the bad stuff that could come along with having a big party. But it was nice to see, and it was a good event for our community. Hopefully our local businesses, felt some of that positive impact.
I also would like to thank the Dickinson County Fair and their fair board members. They work very hard. I also would like to thank the county. This year it was different. They got it blacktopped before the fair started, and maybe that doesn't sound like a whole big deal, but I know as years passed, I used to push my mom in the wheelchair out there, and when it was gravelly and all that, it wasn't fun. And I seen a lot of handicapped people out there, and it was so nice to see how accessible it was and easygoing for them to go. It was a wonderful fair, and the 4-H auction was wonderful. The kids made good money, and overall, it was a good time and a lot of people in good weather. And don't forget tonight, this week, Friday football game at home. That's all I have. Grant?
My chance to thank Mr. Pop and former Councilman Pop at this point. I have the pleasure of working with councils and boards throughout the area, and you frankly epitomize the selfless nature that people hope to see on a board and a council like this. You always put the community first, which is what I think is, as a council member, is the greatest gift you can give to your community. You represented the businesses, you represented the kids, you represented seniors, you represented the entire town with respect and dignity. And seeing that and working with you for the last 9 years, it has made my job easier, and it's a pleasure to have served with you. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay, also just to make people aware that, we will have it posted in the paper, right, Trish? So we'll be looking for a new council member, and I believe that we have 30 days, if I'm right. Grant check, but I think we have 30 days to fill Scott's place. And, so if you're interested and you want to work with us, come on down and put your application in, and Trish will, have it in the paper what you need, and she'll have a form here for people to, sign up.
Just FYI, you must reside in the city of Norway.
Yeah.
So we advertise for 30 days, or do we have to have a replacement?
We have to
for
have a
30?
replacement for
30.
30 days.
Okay, so just logistics-wise, we'll probably have to make a decision at the October 2nd,
At the latest,
unless we hold a special meeting
Unless we hold a special
somewhere.
meeting.
Okay.
Anything else? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Support.
No problem making that.
You're not allowed to support it
I'm
anymore.
not alone anymore.
Mr. Pop,
Yes.
Mrs. Brew,
Yes.
Mr. Menegini.
Yes.
Mr. Mararo.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.